As soon as one race finishes, another one is set to get underway. Next up, Junior Rotax, final number 2. Here is your grid for this 13-minute plus 1 lap encounter. So pole position will go to Lukas Schoenmakers, as Kai Rilets, the actual winner, was designated to have jumped the start, giving him a 5-second time penalty. So Tom Bracken will line up alongside in the 218 on the front row. Christian de Klein and Kai Rilets will line up on row 2. Milan Ritter and Luc Visser, row 3. Ralf van der Pevert and Mathies Sturlo rounding out the top four rows. Magnus Pedersen and Eliska Babikova round out the top 10. Max Knappen and Thomas Martins round out the top 6 rows. Ahead of Job Breedfield, Nick Gerhards, Luc Nessen, Petra Babikova, Sam Burstein, Colin van Lammeren, Joris Schoens and Teun Schmidt rounding out the top 20. Completing the running order will be Mikkel Pedersen, Gilles Clouet, Bruno Mulders. Tim Gerhards will start from the penultimate place on the grid due to having been black flagged for external help out on the circuit after breaking down just before the formation lap. Raphael Renhofer will bring the 25-strong grid to an end, as now we go into battle. One final time for Junior Rotax. 25 drivers, 12 and a half rows of competitors. 13 minutes on the clock, plus an additional lap. Who is going to become top dog this weekend in Junior Rotax? We're about to find out. Through into turn 12, they start to filter, all neatly positioned in a 2x2 rolling start formation. Once again, the red lights ignited on the starting gantry, ready to go out at a moment's notice. Junior Rotax heads into the tram lines. Lights out, off we go. Heading to turns 1 and 2 as Schoenmakers keeps the lead for the moment. Bracken to the outside. As now Bracken takes the lead. Oh, nicely done there. Oh, we've had a drama down towards the bottom part of the top 10, round about the bottom of the top 15. And that is one of the drivers. That is the 255. Thomas Martins, and that was from row number 6 on the inside. So there might have been some assistance there, maybe from one of the carts behind, as they now head through into turn number 8 for the first time of asking. And this time Tom Bracken has slotted back down into P3. Now trying to go round towards the outside through turn 10 on Christian de Klein. Kai Rilets just behind. But now, Lukas Schoenmakers. Now I'm wondering, I'm not too sure what happened there with Tom Bracken. But they now head over the start-finish line. Schoenmakers, Bracken in second. Battling away with de Klein. Babikova, Eliska Babikova, looking to get it back up into the top 3 and has done it. Nicely done through the exit of turn number 2 and into turn 3. Goes the Czech driver, Kai Rilets, 5th place. Milan Ritter. Then we got the 261 of Magnus Pedersen. Luc Visser in 8th. Nick Gerhards up into 9th now. Max Knappen in 10th. But watch out for Tim Gerhards. He took 2 wins yesterday. He is now up from the penultimate position on the grid, 24th place. He is now in 15th and charging. Lukas Schoenmakers in the meantime still leading the race and also has the fastest lap in the pocket at the moment. Nearly 2 minutes down, 11 to go. Schoenmakers now goes on to lap number 3. Lead for him at the minute is 0.729. Tom Bracken, Eliska Babikova battling away side by side through into turn 2 with de Klein. Rilets is there, Ritter is there, Magnus Pedersen, Nick Gerhards now trying to get a bit closer. Had a good chat with Stampex this morning and he said, yeah, Nick needs to work a little bit more, but it'll take time. It'll take time. And to be honest with you, now seeing up in the top 10, we've seen him win races in Minimax, as has his brother so Nick and Tim have both won races in Minimax last year in the BNL karting series, both in the same class. They've moved up together. They are at the same team, and they're also twins. So, many respects, this is where the dynamic can change, as we now have two trying to break away. As that is a move up the inside. That was, I think that might have been Ritter. Now, I'm just wondering what is happening to Christian de Klein, because he's dropped down towards the back part of the top 10. So I'm not too sure if there was a slight issue or a slight mistake that might have caused the CRG Holland driver. Oh, there's a clash behind between Luc Visser and Mathies Turlo. And the one that came off worst was Luc Visser. And that sent someone else off of the track. I think that might have been the 252 of Mikkel Pedersen that went off just outside of turn number 5. So side by side, there was possibly a little bit of wheel and side pod contact. But now, have a look just up ahead. Magnus Pedersen looking up the inside of Eliska Babikova. Makes the move through into turn number 10. Saying thank you very much, and probably saying, well, come on, work with me. Let's catch the two in front, shall we? And the gap between them now is that Babikova clearly has other ideas. Straight back up the inside into turn 12 for P3. So at the moment, the results that Eliska Babikova has had so far, it was a 6th, but I think there was a demotion post-race for Eliska Babikova. She did finish in 6th. The 233 had a 5-second front fairing penalty, and quite a few drivers did actually have that. I count 9, so a lot of drivers out of position. Also, the 255 of Thomas Martins actually had a wrong starting position last time out, and as a result got a time penalty of 5 seconds. Also, other penalties was the 263. That was Colin Van Lammeren, who was given a 3-second penalty, time penalty for 2 wheels out of the corridor. So it is a finite side of things. Oh, my goodness me. Babikova, I think, just got pushed a little bit wide and has dropped down a handful of positions. I think that was might have been Ritter that might have gone up the inside, as here comes. Oh, Tim Gerhardt again. Oh, there's more bumping and barging. Now, who was that got a little bit of an assist from behind, and the back axle started bouncing up and down? That might have been Babikova. And that is de Klein trying to go up the inside. De Klein not really wanting to relinquish any position, but wants to charge past in order to get through. But Babikova now behind Kai Gielerts, who is in 6th position, as again, it's nearly, 3 abreast. Oh my goodness me, hard in the mouth moment there for possibly, I think, for Nick Gerhardt, because he was in the middle of all of that. And a little bit further behind, there's been a move up the inside into turn 10, which nearly could have ended up nasty, but I think they managed to get away with it. Looks to be the 277 of Bruno Molders that might have been part of it, or just behind us. There's been a turnaround. Turnaround at turn 12. Turnaround at turn 12. So 2 drivers went into the same bit of tarmac, and you can't put 2 into 1, and one gets the boot on the other foot, so to speak. And now Kai Gielerts really senses an opportunity, because he is behind. I think that might be Magnus Pedersen that's just up ahead, or that might be Milan Ritter, because Sean Makers now has a gap over Tom Braken, and they are going through turn 8. Tim Gerhardt started 24th. He's now made up 17 positions in 6.5 minutes, as Kai Gielerts having a ding-dong battle there. And that will be with, I think that might be Magnus Pedersen. If that is Magnus Pedersen, that is a bit robust sometimes. If you're trying to stick your nose in and trying to force the issue and get past, that can cause problems. And it will be Pedersen, because he's gone up the inside. De Klein not too far behind. Babikova, Knappen, and Turlo also in the mix. As up the inside goes Tom Braken to take the lead from Lucas Schoenmakers with 6 minutes and 12 to go on the clock. As no, Babikova turned around. That was by, I think that was the 261 of Magnus Pedersen going through into turn 2. Or was there another assist from behind? So Eliska Babikova again was gunning for a top 3, and it has quickly gone south. And this is where now we've got other drivers trying to fight each other. Christian de Klein, I think, going round towards the outside. Where's that Bruno Molders? Bruno Molders battling away. The 277 currently running in 16th position. Was battling along with probably the likes of Renhofer, Breedveld, Pedersen, Mikkel Pedersen, I think, in the 252. I think I just spotted there. So Braken leads by nearly 2.5 tenths of a second ahead of Schoenmakers. Ritter, Tim Gerhards is only 3.3 seconds off the lead and charging, and has just put in the fastest lap of the race. 56.366, as there is more bumping and boring. And there's a nice move up the inside. I think that might have been possibly Sam Bergstein, I think maybe, or maybe even the 216 of Visser. But there's a lot of changes happening again. And now the gap between first and second has extended to nearly 2.5 tenths of a second. So Tom Braken, who is competing in the BNL karting series this year, showing a really good turn of pace. And I've just seen a move from one of the carts. That was a 2 and a 4. That was the 248 of Max Knappen, who's just got past Mathieu Surlo for position, and that would have been for around about 7th place on the road. Gap now down to 0.197 between first and second. Braken leads. Schoenmakers still hot on the heels. Oh, Milan Ritter has got company in the form of SP Motorsports. Tim Gerhards, who's going up the inside. Ritter with the switch back through turn 6. Side by side between the pair. Ritter will have the inside run going into turn 7. Makes the move back through. Goes the 220. The 205 hot on the heels of the back bumper of the Dane as they go through turn 9. Leaders now going through the right at turn 10. 3 3/4 minutes left to go on the clock, plus an additional lap. Pedersen in the 261 has got past Luc Visser for 11th place. Raphael Renhofer has got past Jörg Breedveld for 13th. And Gerhards gets back past Ritter, takes 3rd place. So up into the top 3 once again. There's a little bit further down the order. Oh no, Luc Visser. Luc Visser has been turned around. And that is on the approach into turn number 2. As now, again, Tim Gerhards has got his, he's got a visor full. If he looks around behind him, and I'm sure he doesn't want to because he's got only just under 3 minutes, plus an additional lap to keep this place for the minute. And that is just ahead of Milan Ritter. In the meantime, Kai Rielitz has been closing on these two. Because in many respects, Rielitz at the moment has just gone and set the fastest lap of the race. Tom Braken and Lucas Schoenmakers battling away. Schoenmakers trying to go up the inside through turn 1, and Braken responds with a move up the inside of turn 2. Now into turn number 6 they go. Leaders on the back straight away. So Kai Rielitz did a 56.192, but the first driver to go sub 56 in this race. From Germany in P12, Raphael Renhofer, closing on Magnus Pedersen for P11 at the minute. The pair are just under 1/10.5 adrift of each other. As Rielitz now looking to put the feelers out. With 1 minute and 3/4 to go plus an additional lap. Does he go for the move up at the inside into turn 12? He'll get the cutback and he shots out perfectly. Side by side with the Dane from RS Competition. Up the inside into turn 2 goes Kai Rielitz to now take 4th place. So 75 seconds plus an additional lap still to go. The battle between Ritter and Rielitz still going on as we speak. Into the last 60 seconds. So Braken leads by 0.2 of a second. Ahead of Lucas Schoenmakers. Tim Gerhards, Kai Rielitz, Milan Ritter. That's the top 5. Top 10 completed by Christian de Klein. Thurlow, Knappen, Neeson and Nick Gerhards. Leaders now across the line. On to lap number 14 we go. This an additional lap, so we'll have 15 laps of the 1,360-metre circuit here at Karting Genk. Renhofer gets past Magnus Pedersen for P11. Breedfield, Van Lammeren, Mulders, Schmidt, Eliska Babikova now recovering. Up into P17 goes the Czech Republic driver. Schoens, Chloé, Martens, Van de Pevert, Visser down in 22nd position, ahead of Mikkel Pedersen from Denmark. Sam Bergstein from the Netherlands, and Petra Babikova still circulating, the entire field covered by just over 19.9 seconds. Timer has run out for Junior Rotax here at the first weekend of the BNL Karting Series in 2020. Oh no, we've had a last lap drama, and that is the 2:55 of Thomas Martins and the other driver shaking their head. That looks to be Gilles Chloé in the Dams Racing Team colours off of the entrance into turn 9. So, that is not what you want on a final lap. So this time around the checkered flag will wave, and it looks like, oh my goodness me, since all that drama's been happening, there's been a change, a massive change, because now the checkered flag will wave, and if one particular driver looks to send one up the inside if they can to try and get across the line, the checkered flag waves, and rounding out the win in Junior Rotax, Tom Bracken from SP Motorsport, and Tim Gerhards, okay, from way down the order, round about, I think he started 20. I'm going to have a look at my list again, because that is impressive from him. Impressive from him. He started P24 and finished second. The most positional gains, nearly not quite as close as the guy in third. Let's not forget about Kai Gielats, P3 for the JJ Racing driver. But Tom Bracken wins the final race of the weekend in Junior Rotax. Tim Gerhards makes it an SP Motorsport 1-2. JJ Racing's Kai Gielats from Belgium in third place, ahead of Milan Ritter from RS Competition and CRG Holland's Christian de Klein from the Netherlands. Then it was a duo of JJ Racing drivers, Lucas Schoenmakers and Max Knappen. Nick Gerhards, the other twin from SP Motorsport, comes home at round about 8th place ahead of Luke Neeson, Mathis Terro with Renhofer, Pedersen, Breedfield, Mulders, Van Lammeren, Eliska Babikova in 16th ahead of Joris Schoens, Teun Schmidt, Ralf van de Pevert, Luke Visser, Mikkel Pedersen, Sam Bergstein, Petra Babikova, Gilles Chloé, Thomas Martins, rounding out the 25 strong.